All right, hey guys, Jason here. Today we're going to be talking about extended warranties. Are they smart? Should you get one? How much did I pay for mine from two different vehicles? And what you can do with them and why I think they're pretty important. Today we live in a world where this is it. Okay, and I'm not just picking on Chevy, it's all brands, doesn't matter. We just happen to be up here at a Chevy dealership here or at Franklin Chevy in Statesboro, great dealership, but we have trucks that are ridiculously expensive today. Okay, the cost of these things being $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. Again, I always seem to find the ones with no window stickers on them. I have like a pure knack of walking up to a truck with no window sticker on it. It might be the only one on a lot, but I will find it, I promise you, and I'll think it does. But it doesn't matter what these are. I mean, look at $83,000. It doesn't matter what the price of the truck is. The reality is today that trucks are super expensive and they are tremendously lacking reliability. Okay, there's just, the reliability is not there. And it's not that the manufacturers can't make them reliable or that it's all their fault. They are dealing with suppliers. Suppliers today suck. Everybody sucks at their job. Everybody's a lazy worker. Nobody cares. Nobody has any pride anymore. And it shows. And when you have tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers and tier 3 suppliers and everybody putting their hands in, when you got a vehicle like this that literally has had to have over 500 different hands touching parts from start to finish in this process, and nobody can see the inside of things or knows what's going on, there are tremendous problems that are going to pop up all the time. It's just part of the game. It's the world we live in today, and no manufacturer seems to have found a way to get around it. It's just not doable. So how do we protect ourselves? We protect ourselves with an extended warranty. We also have the fact that the shortage of mechanics, okay, they're very hard to find. The complexity of vehicles, the technology that is in them, the cost of manufacturing of parts today, all of these things come together to make it where repairs are astronomical compared to what they used to be. And I don't know the exact number. I did talk about it once in a video earlier this year. I want to say it's something like 40% increase in repair costs in warranty repairs over what it was a year ago in 2023. So, and don't quote me on a percentage, but it's huge. It's huge number difference. So knowing that we got astronomical repair costs, we have quality that is nowhere near what it should be on any kind of level. We have every vehicle from every brand being a crapshoot of reliability and can fail at any given time. And we have the complexity, and extended warranty is the only way to drive one outside of warranty. Now, what are some of the misconceptions of an extended warranty? A lot of people think that you can buy it any time, and you can. But if you wait till there are segments, like if you wait till after 10,000 miles, you're going to pay more for the extended warranty. Okay, even though you're still under your 3-year, 36,000 miles, where you can still get an extended warranty. If you wait till 10,000 miles, you're going to pay more money for it. Okay, it's going to versus getting it earlier on. So that's one misconception. The other one is the fact that if it's factory extended warranty, such as a GMAC warranty that you're getting here from Chevy or GMC, or if it's a Mopar warranty that you're getting through, on your Jeep stuff, or now they call it a Stellantis Guard or something. I don't remember what Stellantis Care, they changed the name of it, but when I bought it for my Gladiator, it was Mopar warranty. But when you get a factory one, they are prorated refundable. So if you buy this vehicle here for $61,000 that you see right there for this GMC Sierra Elevation, you buy it for $61,000, you get a 3-year 36,000 mile and you get a 5-year 60,000 mile powertrain warranty or whatever comes on them. But then you get an extended warranty. Say you go 5-year 100,000 mile, which is what I always do. If I drive this, if I put a 5-year 100,000 mile warranty on it and I drive it for 4 years and 70,000 miles on it, when I go to sell this, I get to get that money back. Prorated amount. A portion of that warranty I did not use, I get back. If this vehicle gets crashed and totaled out early on, say I put a 5-year 100,000 mile warranty on it, and before I'm even out of my factory warranty, this gets crashed, I get that money back, okay? Because of the fact it's part of it. They're prorated and refundable warranties. Now, you want to get rid of that before you trade it in, because if you go to trade it in with that warranty, the dealer cannot transfer that warranty over to the next owner of the vehicle for most of them, if I understand that correctly. So your best bet, if you have that extended warranty, is before you go to trade your vehicle in, get that prorated amount of that warranty back for you. How much do these things cost? Okay, well, I've bought two in the last year. Last year I put one on. I put a 5-year, 100,000 mile, $100 deductible Mopar warranty, factory warranty. It covers everything. It's their top of the line warranty. Okay, it's not a lower grade one, top of the line. And I paid $1,280 or $1,270. I will put. I did a whole video about that when I got it. I'll link it because it's got the guy's name and contact info on who I used in there. I will link it at the end. So in the last 30 seconds of this video, it'll be up in one of the corners. I will put it there for you. I paid $1,270. When I bought the Jeep, the dealership I bought it from wanted to charge me with something like $3,000. I don't remember the exact number, give or take a couple hundred. But it was about $3,000 was what he was after for me to get that same warranty at the time I purchased the vehicle. Never get your factory warranty from the dealership you are buying from unless you've already you already found out what the prices are and did your comparison shopping. Now Mopar I was able to buy directly by calling Mopar, but even then it still got beat by $12 by calling it the actual dealer I got it through. But you want to shop around and get the best price, and you do that before you buy your vehicle, because then when you go into your F&I guy at the dealership, when you're signing the papers, and he's going to tell you, well, we got an extended warranty for it, you say, great, how much is it? And he comes back and he says it's $3,000. You say, no offense, dude, I understand you got to make some money on it and stuff, but I've already called dealerships and I've got quotes on this thing already going from $1,250 all the way up to $1,290 to $1,300, and I'm going with one of them if you're at $3,000. Oh, okay, well, let me see what I can do. And he's going to come back and he's either going to be close and you take it and he's going to eat the profit loss that he would make on that warranty and you get it, or you go and you just simply call out the other guy and you go, hey, Tom, I just bought a Gladiator and I hear you're the guy that's the one to talk to. I want to get a quote. Gives you a quote, you say, great, that sounds perfect, give it to me. He says, great, what's your credit card info? You give it to him, and then he sends you the the thing through email, and you got your warranty. It's that easy, and you can do it at any dealership in the country for your vehicle. So it's easy to do. Now, they also, most of them, I've not found one that does not, but they will offer a payment plan as well, too. Like on the Colorado one, I just got on here, too. So, for example, on the ZR2 Colorado, which Tina is sitting in, right over there, patiently waiting for me to finish making my videos. Well, we got to look at that too. That's gorgeous. But she's sitting over here in her ZR2. But when I got the ZR2, I did not even ask for an extended warranty at the dealership I bought it from. It's like I'm not even in the mood for it. And this was a spur of the moment, fast buy. We had to move quick on it and get that done. So when we did, we made that happen and we got it. And we got her ZR2. Well, I put 1,000 miles on it, make sure everything was good, no hiccups, no crazy, nothing, no catastrophic, anything that weird could have happened where I might have had to sell it or get GM to buy it back. So I just waited 1,000 miles. At 1,000 miles, I started calling dealerships, getting the best deal. I got a lot of quotes on there, all the way up to $2,900 for it by calling dealerships, but I found one, the best price I got, also in Michigan. I think it was, no, I don't remember if he was in Michigan or not. I don't remember if he was the one that got the best deal. Either way, I will show you right here. I will show you this in here. I'm showing you the inside. But I got a 5-year, 100,000 mile, same as the Gladiator, 5-year, 100,000 mile, $100 deductible platinum GM warranty for it, and it was $2,045. Now, we knew that they were going up. All warranties went up. So my $1,270 I got on my Gladiator last year, in October of 2023. I don't think you're going to see that deal, or September of 2023. You aren't going to see that $1,270 now. You're probably going to be higher a little bit. But we still got the 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty on that ZR2 for $2,045. They also offered me in his email, which I'll show you here, that I could have paid the $2,045 up front one time, which is what I did. I don't want the payments on it. Or I could have financed it for like $120 a month or something, whatever it is on the thing. I'll show it to you. But you get that option. So if you don't want to pay it all up at once, you can also do it as a low interest or even a no interest payment plan on there for a year or two or whatever it is to get it paid off on there. So they give you these options. An extended warranty is worth its weight in gold. Now, have I ever had to use one? No. How about that? Think about that. I have never used an extended warranty. Like I said, I've owned 40 new trucks in my lifetime, and I think I can count on one hand how many times, maybe 6 times in my entire life, I've had to take a vehicle in for any kind of warranty work or any kind of work or service in any condition. And I'm 50 years old. I've been driving since I was 15. And that's, just the reality of it. I don't ever have problems with cars. Knock on wood, knock on metal, knock on anything I can. They all do, they treat me very well. So I've never had to use an extended warranty for anything, yet I would not own a vehicle without one. Why? All the things I mentioned in the beginning of this video, and a peace of mind, and the fact that they are easily prorate return or refundable, so you get some of your money back. And I also prefer to sell my vehicles privately if I can. Once in a while I'll trade one in because it's a good deal, but prefer to sell them myself, pay it off, and then sell it myself and get that extra money in there. And when I'm doing that, and it comes with that warranty on there, when I have a 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty on it, and the truck literally is 2.5 years old with 25,000 miles left of warranty on it, or 30,000 miles of warranty left, they love that because they cannot get it any other way. They cannot get a hold of GM or Jeep or Mopar or Ford and say, hey, I want a factory extended warranty on my used truck. They can't do it. The fact that I have it on it already, and it's transferable to them, and it gives them, you know, like I said, if I sell it at 70,000 miles in 2.5 years old, that means they still got 2.5 years and 30,000 miles of bumper-to-bumper factory warranty on it, and they bought it with 70,000 miles on it. It doesn't get better than that for them. So it's huge, huge. So a factory extended warranty, worth it, worth its weight in gold all day, every day, under every circumstance and condition, and nobody will ever prove me otherwise. And it's my money, and I will buy them every single vehicle I buy today. It will just be part of the cost. And when you learn to negotiate prices and get the deals down and get the numbers lower anyway, you're saving money anyhow. Just roll a couple grand of that back into it and put the warranty on it and have that peace of mind, that reliability, and you get it back. I promise you, if I pay $2,000 for the warranty on that truck, right there, we paid $2 grand for that warranty. I promise you, when I go to sell that truck, if I go to sell it with 60,000 miles on it, and it's, say, 60,000 miles and 3 years old, that means whoever buys it still has 2 years and 40,000 miles of pure everything, infotainment system, electronics, everything covered. I promise you I will be able to sell that truck for $2,000 more than anybody that's selling one is similar that does not have that warranty. It's a no-brainer. I will get all of my money back at the end when I sell it. Now, if you are somebody that trades vehicles in all the time, you don't get that luxury, but you can get the prorated amount that you did not use, so you get $800 back of your money or $750 of your money back when you get rid of it. There is no excuse or reason that anybody will ever be able to give me that says that an extended warranty is a bad idea. Nobody. So don't even try it. It's a waste of time. I'm not even listening, because no offense, you'll never convince me otherwise. I will not own a vehicle today without one. Here's why. Hope you enjoyed it. Put your comments down below. Thanks for watching.